Right then folks, welcome to another fishing adventures, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you've watched 3 or 4 of these videos now, this is a massive hint that you need to be hitting that subscribe button so you know as soon as I've uploaded a video. Right then, so today, what we're talking about, we're looking at roving bags. Okay, now I've got 2 that I use all the time, and it's one of those areas that lots of people are asking me about the kit that I take. What's the best way of taking everything that you need and stuff like that, and it really depends on what sort of session you've got in mind, how far you need to walk, and how much kit realistically you need to take. Now for roving and stuff like that, walking up and down rivers, light as possible. Okay, very rarely take a chair, seat box, anything like that. Tend to take a bag of kit, unhooking mat so I can sit on that if it's really muddy. Other than that, I'm stood up or kneeling down on the bank, just trotting a stick float or chucking a feeder out and just trying out a few different swims on the river. Now the bags that I do use, first of all, is this one by Kodex. Okay, and this is the carp locker bag, and it's about a 40 litre bag, so it is quite big. And the other one is the Drennan specialist roving bag, basically, and this is more designed for the job, but there's pros and cons to them both, basically. So first up, let's have a look at the Kodex bag. Okay, now this is more of a long day session bag where I'm going to take quite a bit of bait, a few different bits of kit, so it may be one of those sessions where I'm taking this feeder rod and the float rod, and I want to take a bit of everything with me. The big advantage to this one is, if we open this up, it is a big cavernous bag inside. Okay, and it's got a solid base as well, so that's a good advantage. It is rigid when you drop it on the bank and stuff like that. Inside we've got another pocket in there with just velcro flaps on. That's quite big, but if it's full of gear, it does take up quite a bit of space in the inside compartment, so it's a trade-off. Okay, so the bits that you need to keep slightly separate always go in there. Outside of the bag, again, we've got another velcro pocket, and that is that one there, and it has got a couple of drain holes in the bottom for wet kit, basically, and bits and bobs in there. And it is just a nice bag, but its drawback is, as I said, it is quite big, and when it's slung over your shoulder, it can get a bit bulky, it can get in the way, and if you've got other stuff in you, climbing over gates and stuff like that, it can be a bit of a pain because it will move around your body quite a bit. But having said that, it is practical because of its size, basically. As I said, it's about a 40 litre bag, so it will carry a ton of kit. And you've got a nice little outside pocket there as well, which is just a mesh with a little drawstring thing on it, so you can put bottles or snacks or whatever in there. The other good thing about this bag is that it will take a flask as well. You can fit a full flask in there, so if it's the middle of winter, you're going out, you want to catch a few chub on bread, that's possibly the bag for you, or a rucksack, anything like that. Do you know what I mean? So that's the Kodex carp locker. Now then, as I mentioned there, we've got the Drennan specialist roving bag. Now this it's about 2/3 of the size of the Kodex bag. Okay, and I love this bag. It's got a nice little carry handle there, and it is just one strap that fits over your shoulder, and you can pull it nice and tight so it actually sits on your back rather. And this is fantastic for those roving sessions up and down the river, and also for low fishing as well. It's a perfect size to put in 2 or 3 boxes of different lows, jig heads and stuff, and that is all you need, really. But the other advantage of this one is that everything is in separate compartments. Okay, so first up, we'll have a look at this outside pocket, and that is again a full zip, nice extendable pocket, and you can get hook length boxes, tuber floats in there, a few feeders, and they'll be nice and safe and secure. Okay, now a good feature about this bag is, if you've noticed there, these little clips on the end on the outside of the bag. Now they look like they serve no purpose at all, but you can get the Drennan unhooking mat. Unhooking mat clips into there. You can unroll it, unclip it, unhook your fish, clip it back on. It's less to carry, it's just clipped on there perfectly. You've got adjustable straps on the top for any other bits of kit, flask on top of there, problem solved. And this top pocket itself, okay, we'll just undo that, is a nice foil line bag. Okay, not massively deep, but that's enough to get, if you've got like a couple of 1 pint bait boxes, they'll happily fit in there, and it'll keep things nice and cool in summer and stuff like that. A great little pocket. Again, if you're doing any low fishing or a little bit of dead baiting perhaps, you could keep your fish in there as well. It'll keep them nice and cool. So that is a nice little feature. The main pocket itself is just a nice big deep pocket, and again you can get bags of pellets in there, you get spare reels if you take one, odds and sods, bits and bobs, bits, boxes, anything like that. It's just a perfect size. And side pocket again doesn't have a drawstring on it, but you don't need it because it is nice and deep, quite narrow. Fit a bottle of water or a small flask in there, no problem at all. Now the other little thing about this bag is this little zipper at the back, and it goes basically around the back of the handle, but when you open it up, you've actually got quite another cavernous little pocket in there. And I don't really put anything in it because I've not really found anything that'll fit in other than my membership book and my rod licenses and stuff like that. But yeah, just another great little pocket. Right then, so there we go, both really good bags. Which one would I pick if I could only buy one? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, they're both really good bags, and I've used them both for a while, and I can't fault them at all. I think if push came to shove, the winner would be the Drennan Specialist for me, purely because, bizarrely, it is slightly smaller than the Kodex bag, and that's good for me because I've got the habit, if I'm going for a light roving session, I'll take everything basically, and this forces me to take just what I'm going to need for that particular session. It's just got a slightly better layout as well. The pockets are a perfect size, bit better design, and just as hard wearing. Do you know what I mean? The base is nice and waterproof and stuff like that. So I think if I could only choose one, it would be the Drennan. So yeah, I hope you find that useful and informative, and as I've said before, the links are in the description, so you'll be able to go and check them out, read what other people have said about them, check out the reviews and stuff like that, and I will catch you all later. Cheers.